He had no formal education, no powerful family, no political connections. He taught himself to read by firelight, in a one-room log cabin with a dirt floor. And yet, when the United States of America was seconds away from destroying itself forever, they called for him. Warm but humble, let the poverty of his origin land slowly. February 12, 1809, Hardin County, Kentucky. A child is born into poverty so deep, his family sleeps on a bed of leaves. His name? Abraham Lincoln. His mother died when he was 9. His stepmother, Sarah, saw fire in the boy's eyes and put a book in his hands. Lincoln had less than 1 year of formal schooling, total. He walked miles to borrow books. He read by burning logs. He memorized the Bible. He studied law from a single, worn book until the pages fell apart. By sheer will, Abraham Lincoln became a self-made lawyer, then a politician. He ran for the U.S. Senate and lost. He ran again and lost again. But every defeat sharpened him. Every loss made the argument clearer. A house divided against itself cannot stand. Direct, conversational. Before we go further, drop in the comments right now. Do you think America produces leaders like Lincoln anymore? Or was he a once-in-history man? I want to read every single response. Let's talk about it below. Heavy, somber. Let the weight of the Civil War feel suffocating. November 1860. Lincoln was elected the 16th President of the United States. He had not carried a single Southern state. Before he took the oath of office, 7 states had already seceded. The Civil War had begun. More than 620,000 Americans would die. Brothers fought brothers. Fathers buried sons. Fields that once grew corn were soaked with blood. Lincoln read every casualty report. He visited the wounded in field hospitals. He wrote personal letters to grieving mothers. His generals failed him. His cabinet undermined him. His own party questioned if he was strong enough. But Lincoln did not break. He hardened. January 1st, 1863. Lincoln had spent the morning shaking hands at a White House reception, his right hand trembling from exhaustion. He picked up the pen. He paused. And then he signed his name with full, deliberate force. The Emancipation Proclamation. With one document, he declared that all enslaved persons in Confederate states were, from that moment, free. 2 years later, standing at Gettysburg over 51,000 graves, Lincoln delivered 272 words in under 3 minutes. Words that school children still memorize to this day. That this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. Quiet devastation. The contrast of victory and tragedy must hurt. April 9, 1865. Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered. The war was over. America had survived. Lincoln smiled for the first time in years. 5 days later, Ford's Theater, Washington, D.C. A 26-year-old actor named John Wilkes Booth stepped into the presidential box and fired a single bullet into the back of Abraham Lincoln's head. Lincoln never regained consciousness. He died April 15, 1865, at 7:22 in the morning. Secretary of War Edwin Stanton stood at his bedside. He looked at the man lying still before him, the rail splitter, the self-taught lawyer, the president who bled so a nation could breathe, and said, "Now he belongs to the ages." Soaring, final, let the legacy land like a verdict. Abraham Lincoln served 1,503 days as president. He presided over the bloodiest war in American history. He issued the document that began the legal abolition of slavery. He preserved a union the world had already written off as dead. He never attended college. He never came from wealth. He never stopped believing that the promise of America was worth dying for. From a dirt floor cabin in Kentucky to the marble walls of the Lincoln Memorial, the distance is not measured in miles. It is measured in will, with malice toward none, with charity for all. Personal, grateful, genuine, not salesy. If Lincoln's story moved you even a fraction the way it moves me every time I revisit it, then you already know this channel is where you belong. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, because the next figure we cover changed an entire city, and you've never heard his full story. That episode drops very soon. Don't miss it.